bloating. Everything got to do with bloating. I'll pop a photo over here of what it is. Look at my Jazz handmade earrings. Oh, love it. Constipation and medical condition. How to differentiate the bloat and also body fat. Good girl, good boy. I'm just like, you know what? Fuck it! I'm just gonna rock this. Hey everyone, what's up? Welcome to my channel if you guys are new, or welcome back to my channel if you guys are a returning subscriber. I would love it if you guys subscribe to this channel because it really does help me out a lot. It does keep me on the platform and it just helps me, you know, do more videos every single 3 days for you guys. But in today's video, we're going to be talking about bloating. Everything got to do with bloating, how bloating occurs, what you can do to prevent it, what foods cause bloating, and how you can optimally, you know, reduce your bloating. So before I get started, let's go show you my outfit of the day, or my activewear of the day, and then head to the gym. This is going to be the OOTD of the day. I got this set on today with no bra inside, so sorry if you guys can see the nipples, and just some socks and shoes. But we are training legs today, so that's why I've got the flat shoes on. Without further ado, I'm going to go make my pre-workout. I use the EHP Lab, so you guys have seen it on this channel before. I don't need to keep showing you guys. I'll pop a photo over here of what it is, and also my water bottle, and head to the gym. Once I finish a workout, I will definitely tell you guys how bloating occurs and what causes it. Ned's Soul for showing me this hack on the tripod that I've got, the suction tripod that I've got. Let me just make sure I don't have any chicken around my mouth at the moment. Okay, we're all good to go. We're all good to go. But as always with my educational videos, by the way, look at my hands. They are in so much pain. I really need to invest in some gloves. I keep delaying it. It's not good. But I have written notes down today, so that's exactly what I'll be reading off, and they are all handwritten because it is all the research that I've done. You guys have asked me some questions on Instagram. I put up an Instagram box as well. If you guys don't follow me on my Instagram, where have you been? I'll leave my thumbnail or whatever on the screen, and my Instagram is always linked down below. But let's get straight into it. So in today's video, one second, my ears itchy. In today's video, I'm going to be, by the way, I know this is totally unrelated, but like, look at my Jazz handmade earrings. I am all decked out in her stuff. Oh, love it. Love, love, love. Love those dangly ones. Anywho, let's get straight into it. Sorry, I get sidetracked. But in today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys what is bloating, how it's different to body fat, so how to differentiate body fat and how to differentiate a bloat. Because some people, when they're bloated and they obviously put on some size, like when you bloat, it's excess water and excess gas and air in your system, and obviously that's gonna weigh something, girlfriend. It's not body fat, and I'm going to tell you guys how to differentiate the two from one another, what causes it, and also how to get rid of it. So yeah, let's get straight into it. So I'm going to list a few things that is bloating. So like I said, it's water and fluid in the body, excess water and excess fluid in the body, and also excess air as well. You guys know that we actually swallow air throughout the day, and even if you didn't eat anything all day long, which is totally unhealthy, mind you, but like even if you didn't eat anything all day long, because you do swallow air, you will feel a little bit, you know, tiny little bit bloated than what you were in the morning at the end of the day. But bloating is essentially this uncomfortable, gassy, sluggish kind of feeling that actually takes a toll on your mood and your performance in the day, which is kind of weird, but it actually does. Like, scientifically proven to make you feel sluggish and your mood to feel down in the day. And like I said, it's caused by swallowing air, having too much salt, sodium in your body, which holds up a lot of water, so water retention. It is eating too fast, eating too much, or completely opposite to that, eating too little because of the stomach acids in your body. So when you do leave your stomach empty, it creates a lot of, you know, acid, stomach acid, the bile, which essentially can cause bloating. So eating fatty foods, being on your period, eating foods that create gas. This can be also healthy foods as well, like cruciferous vegetables, for example, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, what else is there? Bean sprouts, cabbage especially. Cabbage and me, I love cabbage and I love kimchi, but we just don't mix well. We're not on the same level, so I can't have it as much. Constipation and medical conditions like lactose intolerance, gluten intolerance, celiac disease, Crohn's disease, and stuff that are more serious, like IBS and stuff. In saying that though, you might not be doing all of these, like not having the oily foods and all of that. Did I mention oily foods? By the way, oily foods do cause it. It's a big factor of it. Actually, my sister is very, very much affected by oily foods causing gas and bloating. But you may not be doing all of these and you still may be getting a bloat by the end of the day or by the middle of the day, and that's totally normal because everybody is different and everybody's body processes food and digests food in a different kind of way. So you need to find what's good for you. And in this video, I don't want you guys to take it out of context, please. I always say this with my educational videos. I'm just leading out and kind of like identifying all of the stuff that may cause bloating for you and also stuff that I've experienced myself. So coming back to my healthy diet, healthy eating, raw vegetables can also cause bloating, like cauliflower, kale, cabbage, Brussels sprouts, onions. Like me, for example, too much onions and too much garlic causes bloating and gas for me, and that's because I've deprived those foods for so long, so my body has actually created an intolerance to them because it doesn't know what it is. But slowly I am incorporating them back into my diet. Foods with sweeteners, especially sorbitol. So look out for sorbitol and me. Oh boy, it's like my body literally has got a lawnmower in my stomach that causes that noise constantly, and me and Ned just look at each other. At that point, I am very uncomfortable, but there's nothing I can do. It's just when I consume sorbitol a lot. Now, again, back to the healthy foods. So why the bloat? Why does healthy foods create bloat? It's because of the fiber in them. And you're going to say, well, they're healthy. They shouldn't be causing bloating. Fiber is actually a good thing, and to keep in mind, fiber actually attracts water into the intestine and when it's being digested, so it can move along. So that's why you do, you know, get a little bit bloated and a little bit gassy when you do have more fiber-rich foods. And it is just harder to digest than other foods, which mean that there would be more gas production in the digestion process, and that's just a completely normal thing. This isn't something that will, you know, stay around all day. It will die down within a couple of hours. Coming into my second tip, how to differentiate the bloat and also body fat. Now, I just want to preface something, and I want to put something out there because a lot of girls have a really bad misconception of having one big massive cheat meal or having a really hefty meal. You're not going to, you know, gain weight just by having one cheat meal or one hefty meal. That's not the case. You gain weight over time. So it results into extra body fat on the body. This is also in cooperation with not being active, being sleep deprived, being stressed out, so your cortisol levels being too high, eating an excess amount of calories over time, which will result into weight gain, which will result into excess body fat or a high percentage of body fat. That's how you differentiate body fat over bloat. Bloat is more stiff, hard, and you can actually feel it, like your finger actually points out of it. Body fat is more squishy. Your finger like sinks in, you know what I mean? Oh, sorry for the angle and the car's noises in the background, but I am now at the shopping centre. What I was saying was, before my camera overheated, is it just gives you a sluggish feeling and you don't feel all your best. Wow, that's really loud. Yeah, it just gives you a sluggish feeling, you don't feel all your best, and you feel kind of blocked up, heavier than your usual self. But I'm gonna go eat my lunch. I brought my lunch with me right over here, as you guys can see, and do some work. I've got a lot of editing to do, and then, yeah, when I get back home, I'll definitely tell you guys how to get rid of bloating and also answer your questions on work. I currently got food in my mouth, but this is going to be the setup for a minute. I've got a little bit of ebook work to do, a little bit of editing, and this is my setup. I'm so tired. Hey guys, I'm back home, got my puppies some treats and did a little bit of grocery shopping, but I want you to see how cute they are. Okay, now over here, sit, 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 shake, no, no, sit, Oreo, Abby, sit, shake. She really wants it. Okay, sit, 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 sit. Abby, sit. Abigail, sit. Good girl, good boy. Okay, we're gonna sit down and have like 100 grams of barbecue chicken breast that I got from Woolworths and also run over some stuff with you guys. Okay, while I chomp on this, I'm trying to hit like 162 grams of protein per day. Sorry, the car. Every single day. Oh, just shut up. Okay, just a recap of everything that we just talked about in the previous clip at the beginning. Fixing up your eating habit, not being so stressed out, getting enough sleep, eating enough for your body, not depriving yourself of food, not eating too much for your body, listening to your body, watching out for sweeteners like sorbitol. I think that's it. Drinking enough water, but not overdoing it. Another thing that I found as well, chewing gum. Chewing gum makes me really bloated and gassy. It's probably the sugar-free sweetener in it, because if you look at the back of the chewing gum, it actually has a warning on there about consuming in excess of chewing gum. Also, a little tip, fixing up your digestive system as well. So if you've got a really bad digestive system, if you've got a really bad gut microbiome, gut environment, that can have a big impact on your gut health. I mean, your gut health and bloating as well. So fixing up your gut health, incorporating probiotics, prebiotics, staying away from antibiotics, feeding your gut microbiome. So feeding your gut enough food for it to be able to build its immune back up. And then we talked about how to differentiate the difference between body fat and bloat. We know that bloating is actually really hard to touch, and body fat, your finger kind of sinks in. Eating an excess amount of calories over time, not exercising enough, not being active at least 30 minutes a day, not sleeping enough, having had a really stressful life would contribute into fat percentage in the body, hence the weight gain. And bloating is just, you know, a gurgly stomach, a hard stomach, a stomach that makes too much rumbling noises, but in saying that, disappears the next morning. So now I'm going to talk about the ways to get rid of bloating, or what I have found and researched and with personal experience done that gets rid of bloating. So the first and foremost thing is I want you guys to keep a food journal. Not because if you guys don't track your foods, you won't know. And not because to keep track of your foods, to see which foods, you know, sets you off, sets your digestion off, causes the bloat. For me, the most healthiest thing on the planet, which is kimchi, it's a prebiotic, it's a probiotic, it feeds your gut flora, amazing benefits in it, but for me just simply didn't work. I had kimchi 2 days. I was having problems with 2 products that I was eating. So one was kimchi and the other one was mayonnaise, low fat mayonnaise. And I tried mayonnaise one day, had the same effect, gurgly stomach, couldn't sleep. I eliminated mayonnaise, tried kimchi the other day for 2 days, same thing over again. So it was evident that kimchi and mayonnaise was not just working for me. My body wasn't able to digest it properly, so I've cut them out of my diet and I'm so fine. Like, there is nothing wrong with me. The only thing that sets me off, they're coming back again. The only thing that sets me off is when I go to Starbucks and they don't have Equals, but they've got Splenda, and Splenda has sorbitol in it, whereas Starbucks doesn't. I mean, Equal doesn't, and that just sets me off if I don't have my own sweetener around. But like I was saying, journal your foods, journal the foods that you eat, so there you can keep an eye on what sets you off and be able to, you know, steer clear of it or fix the problem up. Number 2 would be eat more slowly. If you guys have ever stayed hungry all day long and then had one big hefty meal, you kind of feel like it's not digesting right. Your body doesn't know what to do with it. You feel more bloated than usually would. The portion size was the same as yesterday's portion size, and you're totally fine yesterday, but today, because you ate it like, you know, like you were never going to eat again, it's caused problems. It's because it just piles up in the digestive tract down your throat, and your body just needs time to be able to process what you're eating, which is why they say about 15 to 20 chews per mouthful and then swallow. Then wait 1 minute. Chew again 15 to 20 times and then swallow. Wait 1 minute. And also, you know, while if you do eat fast, you do swallow a lot more air than you usually would. The third thing is out of just research, not personal experience, but it's try breath work. So there's this big debate and big argument, and apparently a lot of scientific evidence behind it. So deep breathing to stimulate the digestive tract. This just gives you a way of letting your body calm down, letting your body, you know, relax, chill, and then it stimulates the digestive tract because you're not so stressed out. So deep breath work, and it feels good after it. I've tried it once, I'm not gonna lie. Just after that one deep breath, you feel a lot more better, but trying to do that at least a minute a day or two, it apparently stimulates your digestive system a lot more. My fourth tip would be sip on something warm. Whenever I have a sore tummy, and I know this is not the best beverage to go for, but I only put like my nail size amount of coffee in there to call it a coffee and to have the taste of a coffee, but not so caffeinated for it to, you know, give me a buzz. Whenever I have a really upset stomach, I'm always for some reason looking for a hot beverage, a hot drink. I just want something warm down my throat and into my intestines. It just soothes you, makes you more calm. Or in saying that, 100% prune juice if you are constipated. So now my fifth tip is very interesting, but this is giving yourself a colonic massage or colonic massage. Now, when I was a teenager and me and my sister were living in the same house, whenever we used to eat food, she would always sit there and massage her stomach in a downward motion. And my mum and I used to be like, what is she doing? She's like, oh, I'm just, you know, trying to push the food down. Little did we know she was doing the right thing just by intuition. She was giving herself a massage, pardon me, and stimulating her bowels and her digestive tract to be able to, you know, digest the food a lot quicker and eliminate it. So get it out of her you know, waste, you know. But yeah, she was unknowingly doing that. So colonic digestive massage, Google them. I haven't, but yeah, Google them. Apparently they help too scientifically. My next tip is being active, working out, going for a walk. Whenever I'm bloated, whenever I need to fart, I just need a walk. Like, I need to walk long distances, and if I don't feel right, I need a walk. When I'm bloated and I go sweat it off at the gym, it works wonders. I feel a lot more leaner coming out of the gym. But yeah, it also aids to digest food as well. In Turkish, there's a saying where you have to take 40 steps after a meal for it to be able to help digest. Yeah, it does tend to work. So after Ned and I have dinner out, usually we would go do our grocery shopping afterwards, and you would have seen this on my stories many times if you guys follow me on Instagram. But we would always eat our dinner first out and then go do our grocery shopping, because we know we're going to eat a lot while we're out. We're having dinner out, and then we would go walk it off or let it help digest. If we can't do that, literally, I kid you not, we walk around the car block like a couple of times, I swear to God. And then my last little thing to add to this video is going to be, if you are experiencing bloating chronically and you do everything under the sun, you do everything right, avoid every food that causes the bloating, I would say consult your GP. They would know better what to do. Maybe there's something wrong with your digestive system. Maybe you need something extra. But yeah, also in addition to the being active, it also speeds up your metabolism, and speeding up your metabolism will speed up your digestion, which will then cause less of a bloat, if that makes sense. So I would 100% recommend at least 3 times of active days per week. But let me take a couple of more bites and then answer your questions. Yeah, I'm only going to choose a handful. Lauren asks, what kinds of meals do you eat? I suffer from bloating and IBS. If you suffer from IBS is associated with bloating, which is why you probably are bloating. But if you do suffer from IBS, there's this elimination process called the low FODMAP diet, and it's basically having your normal foods that you would have, but journaling them, as I mentioned in the video, and then eliminating what you're unable to digest or what you're intolerant to. So also consulting your doctor, because you have IBS. I think you should be getting, you know, some sort of treatment for that. My mum had IBS and it was horrendous. But yeah, I would say eliminate the foods that trigger you, and then it will be a lot more comfortable for you to, you know, for your bloating. Michaela said, have you tried the low FODMAP diet for bloating? Lauren, that's your answer? I have been recommended it for bloating plus IBS. Again, Lauren, your answer. No, personally, I haven't tried the low FODMAP diet. The only thing that I stay away from and steer clear of, as in the low FODMAP diet, because they are high in a FODMAP, if I'm not mistaken, is garlic and onion. So I try to stay away from that, and that works for me. But when I have too much garlic and too much onion, it just ruins my life. DWA Fit has asked, what is your current diet like? My current diet is I eat absolutely everything, whether this be bread, rice, pasta, meat, chicken, fish, red meats, lamb. I eat absolutely everything, just in moderation, and I prioritize protein and my carbs, and fats I just get naturally from the fat inside the food that I'm actually eating. I don't add added fats because my goals at the moment is to shred down in fat percentage a little bit, which is why my carbs and my protein is high. Selma asked, period bloat, what can we do not to get it because it looks like I'm pregnant? Hey girl, trust me, it's either you know, embrace the bloat and act as if you're pregnant and walk around with a pregnant belly, which is half the time I do that. I swear to God, if I get bloated while I'm out, I'm just like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna rock this. But I would say try teas, a hot water bottle. I would say steer clear of sugary food. Have bananas, but bananas that are all brown and spotty, not the yellow ones. Prune juice. You gotta remember your body's working like triple size the amount that it usually would, which is why the bloating happens, and also it's trying to produce, you know, trying to let go of an egg and all of that stuff. But wear loose clothing. You don't want to be squeezing the bloat and then causing more of a bloat, but wear looser clothing. Try to steer clear from salty foods, sugary foods. Do not, or try to avoid a lot of chocolate. Any creams and stuff, I would stay away from it because again, it's full of dairy, and while you're on your period, even though you would be able to properly digest dairy, I would say just taking a break from it because your body is already trying so hard at that moment to, you know, properly run itself. And also, do not deprive yourself while you're on your period. You've got to pay respect to your body at the rate it's working while you're on your period. Respect it and give it what it needs and more, because it is working a lot more. But for me, hot water bottles, tummy massages like on the lower abdomen, they're like your uterus would be, helps a lot. Laying on my side with a pillow between my legs and one leg over, because let's be honest, we get really gassy when we've got our period, and that releases gases. And also going into like the fetal position with your leg up but a pillow in between your legs, and getting enough rest. So Jade Ambrose had 2 questions. Part 1, did you get really bad bloating when you first started your recovery process? 110% yes, I did. There was even times where I would eat food out and we would have to sit there for an hour, because if I moved of my bloat, I would get stitches. And with each step, poor Ned, I swear to God, I give him so much appreciation. He's been with me through thick and thin throughout this recovery process, and I am so grateful for him, and marrying a guy like him is just, he's amazing. But he would slow down for me, because with every step I'd be like, oh, because I got stitches and everything. But yes, the beginning of my recovery was very daunting. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna make it sound good, but it is what it is, and it's gonna have to happen. I mean, you've put your body through bad stuff for so long, you are going to have to get through it a little bit. My last question is by Jade again, and this is part 2. I'm 2 weeks in, and the bloating and bloating pains are insane. Tips to ease the pain. Again, hot water bottles, going for light walks after you've eaten, trying to have foods that will help ease the pain, like easy digestible foods, having enough fiber but not too much fiber, making sure you cook your vegetables really well, even if they're mushy, because you don't want to be having raw veggies. Raw veggies is a thing that causes bloating as well. Keeping the sodium really low. Don't have added sugars. Not that you can't have a chocolate here and there, but I'm saying just don't overload on the sugars, because these are things that do tend to bloat a lot. If you've got gluten intolerance or lactose intolerance, obviously that's the natural, stay clear of them. But I'm going to cut it over there. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you guys like this video, please don't forget to give it a like. Don't forget to share it with your friends and family. And also don't forget to subscribe to my channel, because I upload every single 3 days. If you guys have any video suggestions, leave them in the comments down below. And I'll see you guys in the next 3 days. Bye.